How do you find the will to fight back against a world that wants to keep you sedated, average, and stuck in place? Join us for the tools and strategies you need to create a life of abundance, discipline, and high achievement. This is the Tactical Empire with Jeff Smith.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Tactical Empire. I am Doug Mitchell, and today I wanted to take a moment to highlight a few of the best clips from the episodes we released in March 2024. You're not going to want to miss these gems from some incredible guests packed with wisdom that will help you level up in both life and business.
Another thing I always bring up to people is that everybody, before they do business with you, has this checklist in their brain. And it's an imaginary checklist. Every checklist is different. But usually on that checklist, there's probably how long have they been in business? Do I like his personality and his core values, right? Is he around other successful people? Does he put out a lot of content? If I looked him up on social media, is he easy to find, right? If I Google him, is there a lot of pictures and content? The more check boxes you check off, the easier it is to attract funds and opportunities. And the only way you do all that is you break that imposter syndrome by doing more and leaving no doubt.
All right, guys, Mike Fallat dropping some serious knowledge there. Your personal brand really is your modern day business card. So if you're not building it, you're leaving money and opportunities on the table. Stay tuned because we've got plenty more insights like this coming your way. All right, now that we've covered how to build your personal brand with intention, let's shift gears. Up next, we're diving into the powerful connection between health, productivity, and success.
Most of the most successful people I know share the same qualities. And those qualities are like they have a routine. They are habit driven. They do the same thing every day. Like if you met a bunch of type A's in your gym that were super successful, had high net worths and stuff like that. And those guys were usually your most driven people. They were your most consistent people. They showed up, they knew the value of fitness from a mental acuity standpoint. So can they be sharp and focused all day? Can they keep their mental health together while dealing with all these stressors within their business? Is it their 1 hour to like decompress and like have time to themselves, push themselves in a physical way because they're pushing themselves mentally all day? Like there is just so much correlation to taking care of your body so that it can produce on this business level and financial level. And people, I think, underestimate that.
All right, guys, it's clear if you want to succeed in business, you need to prioritize your health. It's not just about looking good. It's also about maintaining that sharp mental edge, handling stress, and staying focused. Success starts with the body and flows into your business. Powerful stuff. All right, so we've talked about building a strong personal brand, and we've discussed the undeniable connection between success and health. Now, let's challenge the concept of work-life balance. In this next episode, we dive into something deeper, harmony.
Like if you're actually trying to find balance, you're not winning at shit. You're kind of just status quo, ho-hum, very average. And we've talked about how average in the world right now is not a good place to be. But Jeff, when I was a high school teacher trying to build my gym business, I was, just studying a lot of stuff. I always study, but like I was following some of the big time guys that were up and coming in, and I found this quote by Jeff Bezos, and it's not a verbatim quote here, but he kind of talked about how people shouldn't aim for balance; they should aim for harmony. And I have it pulled up here. He said, like, if I'm happy at home, I'll go to work energized. If I'm happy at work, I'm going to come home energized. And I remember, I don't see it on the quote here that I tried to pull up, but when I remember thinking back and when I saw that, like the harmony doesn't, that word, I don't use that word. It doesn't connect with me, but it came back to flow. To me, like when I'm moving to progress in all these areas, I should flow from one thing to another.
Awesome, guys. It's time to stop chasing balance and start focusing on harmony and on flow. When your personal and professional lives work together, that's when real success happens. Let's take that myth of work-life balance and rethink it. We've covered a lot in this series: personal branding, health, productivity, and rethinking balance. Now, let's talk about navigating life's transitions and what it means to have the freedom to make choices that align with your values.
Are you surrounded by people that you're building strong relationships with that can support you through transitions and change? And do you have the financial backing to be able to say F you to a certain extent and being able to actually pull the trigger on that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, like when you were talking about that, like what I think about regarding the finances and your financial aptitude and your ability to apply your knowledge, it buys freedom. And whether you call it freedom of like your ability to choose, or if it's just peace of mind,
Sure.
that is the same thing to me. I mean, like, are you when you talk about fuck you money, it means fuck you because they don't care. Like it does because it's insignificant. It doesn't matter.
So life's transitions can be challenging, but when you have the right people around you and the financial strength to back your decisions, those changes become opportunities. It's all about creating the freedom to live life on your terms. Now, let's dive into the world of real estate investments, specifically storage unit deals. If you've ever been curious about how to force equity and maximize return on investment properties, you got to listen to this.
So this is my first endeavor into commercial self storage. But I had done value adds, which value add properties, for those of you that may not know, are where you grab you buy an investment and you identify opportunities to pull levers to add value to the property, to kind of build in equity that you can capture. Um, you force equity appreciation, and it's not through holding the asset for a long period of time. It's through improving the asset and making it more profitable. So I enjoy doing that. We've had conversations about that on the show. You and I have talked about that. I enjoy the gamification aspect of being able to identify and see a business, which is how I look at properties. I see an asset and I see my ability to force equity into that project, if you will.
All right, guys, the ability to force equity in an investment is a game changer. And it's all about spotting those opportunities others might miss. Whether you're new to real estate or looking to sharpen your investment strategies, this episode is packed with actionable insights as usual. Let's keep the momentum going. In today's world, financial uncertainty and inflation are top of mind for us. So, in our next clip, Expand Your Empire 29, we dive deep into how inflation is eroding our financial security and what it really means for your future.
Every dollar that is being devalued in our economic system via money creation is lowering your ability not just to do the things that you want to do today. It is literally, in my opinion, Jeff, removing people's ability to be financially secure and ultimately financially free. And I'm not just talking like, oh, you can be financially free in your 40s. I'm saying you're not ever going to be able to stop working. Like every dollar that you can't put towards an investment, regardless if you're throwing your money in a 401k or real estate, you guys know my opinion on that. Regardless, every dollar that you can't put towards something that you believe is an investment in your future, and it has to go towards your everyday cost of living, it is slowing down your ability to be free. And it's how they're going to control your dependency on their ability to make decisions for you. That is what's happening. And when you can't make ends meet on your own, you're going to be starting to look for people who are willing to hand you money.
Inflation isn't just an economic buzzword. It's something that directly impacts your ability to plan for the future. And in this episode, we're challenging the status quo and giving you the tools to navigate those uncertain times. To wrap things up, we're diving into the world of franchise with none other than Anthony Hudson, the franchise sidekick. In this clip, Anthony talks about one of the biggest misconceptions people have about owning a franchise and how it's a two-way vetting process. Let's check it out.
People get so caught up in, I need experience in this before I can get into it. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble, right? they'll teach you all that stuff. If you've got great sales background, maybe you can manage a team, good, strong business acumen, it works really, really well. And they train you on all the things that you need to know. And they're the experts in it. And it's ongoing training. It's not just the onboarding and the initial support. It should be ongoing for the great franchise. So that's what makes a good franchise, a great founder, right? Part of the process is you get to go and meet the team before you move forward, right? And then it's an approval process as well. That's the part that people don't understand coming into looking at a franchise. Well, they got to sell me. They got to win me over. Well, actually, for the best brands, it's in their best interest to make sure you're the right fit for the brand as well and make sure that you're going to be successful in that franchise. So there's a vetting process on both ends. And we'll get clients sometimes that think, hey, they got to sell me on this. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my hard-earned dollars towards this, but they got to sell me. Yeah, some, but you also have to make sure that it's an interview process both ways. So that's what I help with as well, is coach people through that process and make sure they do get approved at confirmation day, because not everybody does. Right. So, and it's a timely process, right? So it's not something we're going to start today and be ready to buy a franchise in 5 weeks. Right.
Man, franchising can be an incredible business opportunity, but as Anthony points out, it's not something you rush into. It's about finding the right fit for both sides. If you're thinking about franchising, this episode will give you the insights you need to navigate the journey. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Tactical Empire. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and drop a comment.